Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm going to do a fragrance declutter. I'm very excited about this. Over the last few months I've been decluttering lots of different areas of the whole house, so this is the perfect extension of that for me. I have a number of fragrances here to talk to you about. Some were blind buys and didn't really work out from the beginning. Others I've enjoyed over a long time and I've just grown out of them. And I also have two fragrances that I'm going to talk to you at the beginning that were very much on the chopping block. I thought I didn't want, and I tried them out and they're staying in the collection. So if you'd like to see what's leaving the collection and two that have survived the cut, do keep watching. Let's talk about Miss Dior 2021 version. Now this is the version that I think was probably the most controversial. There was kind of across the board disappointments expressed with the 2021 Miss Dior. There's a newer version of Miss Dior now. This one as you can see, I've worn half of this 50 ml bottle, and there was a time where I enjoyed wearing it to work. It's very professional smelling. It's kind of predictable to me, this Miss Dior. It's got some lovely fruits in it. It's got some florals in it. It's woodier in the base as it dries down, and it's got that kind of sparkling quality. But yeah, for some reason it just doesn't wow me. But I resprayed it this morning, and yeah, I had two sprayed on that I was thinking, oh, and I asked my boyfriend what he thought of this one, and he really liked it. So I'm going to say that's what prompted me to think, you know what, I've never disliked this. It's an easy grab in many ways, and yeah, I'm going to keep it. I won't go on too much about the notes for Miss Dior 2021, only because the current version is different again, but this is quite a sparkling, fruity. There's peach in here. I also get bergamot, even though that's not listed, but I'm quite sure it's in there. And the florals in here are predominantly rose. There's peony lily of the valley. I don't really pick up on the iris too much in here. And you do get quite a significant sandalwood base. And I guess what I like about it is that sparkling quality. But yeah, we'll see. She's survived this cut. We'll see if she survives in the future. That's Miss Dior from Dior, the 2021 version. The other fragrance that I was on the road to decluttering but tried again is White Diamonds on Rouge. Now, those of you that have watched previous videos will know that I'm completely mad for Diamonds and Rubies by Elizabeth Taylor. So this is another one in the White Diamond series, White Diamonds on Rouge, which I picked up due to my undying love for Diamonds and Rubies. Now this one is definitely more mature, and it's also got more of a classic smell to it. This one reminds me a lot of C, the original C, and I probably prefer C, but there is something about this that I like. I believe the En Rouge refers to raspberry in here. It's got raspberry and pink pepper at the top. I get a lot of the C quality, which must be how the patchouli's done in here. There's quite a heavy dose of patchouli in the base. And like I say, White Diamonds on Rouge, yeah, it's mature, it's got a classic feel, but I'm actually going to hang on to this because I think it would work very well in the cooler weather. We're at the end of summer here, we're going into autumn, and I think this would work wonderfully well with warmer clothes. Yeah, there's something very warm about it. There's something kind of sophisticated about it in an old school perfumey kind of way, and I think it's how the florals and the patchouli's done in here. There's vanilla in the base as well, but I'll report back to you on this one because I'm going to definitely wear it more as the weather cools down. And this is another one, as I'm saying, that I sprayed on this morning just for some final thoughts before decluttering it. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to hang on to this one. That is Elizabeth Taylor, White Diamonds on Rouge Flanker. Let's move to the ones that are leaving my collection. And the first of those is Moschino I Love Love from the Cheap and Chic range. I've really enjoyed this in the past, but I haven't reached for it over this last summer. And I think I'm just sick of it. I also don't enjoy this bottle. It's awkward and it leaks a little bit. I don't mind the look of the bottle actually. Like it's, what's the word? It's kitsch galore, of course, and a little gaudy, but I quite like the look of the bottle. It always has reminded me of olive oil from Popeye. But this bottle does leak when you spray it. Let me give it a little spray. But I've worn this over the last 2 summers, not this one gone, but 2023 and 2022, and really enjoyed this. To me, it smells like Fanta with spices. It's very orangey, very citrusy, and there's some interesting warm spices in here. I definitely recommend this one for hot weather because it projects for about 4 or 5 hours, even on the hottest of days. But I just seem to be over this particular scent and over the leaking bottle. Probably that's it. But yeah, lots of citruses at the top. There's some warm spices and some interesting woody notes in here. I think there's the note of bulrush in here. Let me have a look. There's sugarcane in here, bulrush, cinnamon, and you do get all that. So it's Fanta with spices, and nonetheless it's very refreshing and works in hot weather. With all of these fragrances that I actually like, I'm going to put in a box and give to relatives when I see them, because I have some young relatives in the family that I think would enjoy some of these a great deal. This one is I Love Love from the Cheap and Chic range from Moschino. Here is an affordable Middle Eastern from Lattafa. This is Mayar Natural Intense, I believe. Yes. And when I first got this, which is 6-ish months ago, I believe, I was willing to give it a bit of time. I didn't mind it. I actually quite like green fragrances. It's a scent profile that I don't mind at all. This one is very fresh, very green. It has fig, green tangerine, there's melon in here. And to me, this Mayar Natural Intense mostly smells like green underripe fruit. So almost like the white part of a melon, whether that be, there's a picture here of a rock melon, a cantaloupe, so close to the skin. That's what this smells like, which would all be fine, except this dries down very screechy. It's unpleasant. It's a screechy chemical kind of dry down. And yeah, there's Ambrox and Musk, sandalwood and vanilla in the base. I don't get any vanilla really. I get something very screechy, which I can only assume is how the musk is done here. I've actually not come across a green fragrance from Lattafa that I really like. I like Amir, but that's kind of more aromatic and it's a heavier scent. But this one, Mayar Natural Intense, no, too screechy for me at least. And I hope it goes without saying that if any of these that didn't work out for me, if you enjoy them, I'm really pleased for you. This is just how this one works for me. I wouldn't recommend this one. Yeah, it's too screechy, too intense. That's as much as I can say. That's Mayar Natural Intense from Lattafa. Another Lattafa that has been in my collection for more than 2 years now, and I don't actually mind this Opulent Musk from the nozzle, but I've tried to wear it so many times over the last couple of years and I just find it too much. There's a chance I'm spraying too much of it. Maybe I could tolerate Opulent Musk if I just sprayed one spray, but I don't know. That's not really how I relate to these kind of everyday musky fragrances. And I guess who wants to just tolerate something, right? I'm not going to spray this. To me, Opulent Musk smells like a version of the original Cloud. So yes, it's a BR540 kind of concoction, but more along that very sterile Cloud from Ariana Grande. Very much unisex, and folks have commented in the comments before that they really like this, and I have said back that I can appreciate that. It sticks to you. If you like this unisex, very sterile, very linear kind of musk, then you'd enjoy this because this lasts all day on the skin. But for me, there's something about it almost headache inducing. That's Opulent Musk from Lattafa. Another fragrance that I've had my time with is Dolce & Gabbana, Dolce Shine from Dolce & Gabbana. This one I enjoyed at the beginning, and you can see I've used a little bit of it. There's a small dent here. However, something about this just persists and annoys me. It's very sunscreen lotion, and that aspect of it, I don't know if it comes into the solar notes that are listed here, but that aspect of this annoys me as it dries down and into the wear. It persists for hours on the skin. I think a number of these garden series do. Yeah, very summery, some enjoyable but artificial smelling fruits, mango, quince, grapefruit. You get tropical fruits. I would have guessed pineapple, but then I seem to always guess pineapple. But mango, quince, grapefruit, tuberose, ozonic notes, solar notes, sea salt, jasmine, orange blossom, musk, sandalwood, and white woods. I guess if you really like beachy fragrances, this is worth trying. These are affordable these days. I much prefer Sea Passione. I kind of see the two. They're not the same scent, but I wear them in summertime, and I always reach for Sea Passione over Dolce Shine. Again, this is one that I would feel good about asking my niece or my nephew's fiance or, you know, sisters-in-law if they would like this, because I think it actually smells quite nice. But that sunscreen element in this, it's no longer for me. That's Dolce Shine from Dolce & Gabbana. And then we have the original Dolce in this garden series. Now this one I really enjoyed at one point, and I remember having a 10ml travel spray that stayed in my purse for the longest time, and I always reached for it to touch up my fragrance, maybe going back about 5 years or something like that, even longer actually, even longer, well before COVID. And so when I used that one up, I bought the full bottle, and I've enjoyed this, and I have recommended this before as a beautiful, low projecting in a way. This is good to wear to work. This is good in low fragrance environments. And as I say, I've enjoyed this, but what I've found more recently, because this has been on my shelves for a while, I think it's lost something of its intensity. This used to last all day, but it's really lost something of its intensity. And the last couple of times I've worn it, I haven't enjoyed it nearly as much. Let's see what, yeah. So we've got neroli, papaya flower, water lily, narcissus, amaryllis. I get just a lot of beautiful aquatic florals in here. And The neroli gives it the freshness as well. But the florals are very, very beautiful. Musk and cashmere and in the base. This is, I've described before, a beautiful dewy garden first thing in the morning. Even though it's Dolce and not Dolce Garden, this one to me is the one that smells like a garden. But I've kind of grown tired of it, and it just doesn't last as long as it previously did. It doesn't wow me like it previously did, and I'm not reaching for it. So again, I think someone else will get good use out of this. Perfect in a warm climate where I live. So I'll be able to pass this one along. That's Dolce, the original one from Dolce & Gabbana. Another Middle Eastern is Entice 2 from Ajmal. Now this one I don't mind, and for some reason I really like this pink juice in this bottle. I think it's a very pretty bottle with pretty juice. Again, it's just kind of underwhelming. It's a musky floral fragrance. The florals aren't individually identified, and neither are the fruity notes in here, I don't think. There's a little bit of fruit in here. But I just find it a little dated smelling and a little underwhelming. It's sweet. It's musky florals is what I mostly get, and rose, a little bit of rose. The comparison I would draw is between Ajmal Entice 2 and Bella from Frank Olivier. These two are very similar fragrances, and they're both, especially this one, something similar to Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker. You know, musky florals with some fruits. I really like Bella. As you can see, I wear this one a lot, and so it's the one I reach for over Entice 2. So I'm going to pass this one along. It's not terrible by any means, but I don't need it. That's Entice 2 from Ajmal. Okay, Mystique Bouquet from Afnan. I've had lots of things to say about Mystique Bouquet. I don't like it. I've said before that as this dries down, the musk in here reminds me of stale breath. It really does. It really does. Mystique Bouquet is seeing out its retirement in our bathroom as an air freshener, and it's actually quite good in that regard. Like it projects. It's very pleasant. I just find on my skin, I can't wear this. The dry down is kind of revolting on me. So yeah, I know a lot of people like it, and I'm happy for them. But on me, Mystique Bouquet from Afnan did not work out, but I am perfuming my house with it. The other fragrance that I am going to declutter is Winner's Trophy Gold from Lattafa. Now, this one was a gift with purchase. This full bottle came when I ordered other Middle Eastern fragrances. It does have a lid, but the central part that holds the lid on detached. So I've just been letting it sit on my shelves like this. To me, this is a cold, metallic rose fragrance. And now that I'm smelling it, it's one of those things I'm thinking, maybe I want to keep it, but I never wear it. I have a lot of rose fragrances. There's a dedicated video on the channel about all the rose fragrances I have. It's about 6 or 9 months old now. And I included this one. I don't reach for this. There are other rose fragrances that I reach for. Now that I'm smelling this, again, I'm put into mind of the C range, and I prefer C, the original C. Yeah, so here we've got pink pepper, jasmine rose, musk, vanilla, and patchouli. Yeah, I wonder if someone else in my family or friends circle might enjoy this, and I think someone else might. For me, too many rose fragrances, and I just don't reach for this one. That was Winner's Trophy Gold from Lattafa. I hope you found that interesting, and I'm interested to learn, which fragrances have you been moving on recently? Do you declutter? I probably only do something like this once a year, to be honest, but I feel really good about it because it's very much like our wardrobe, I think. It's just nice to look at what we've got and feel good about most of the things we see. That's how I see it anyway. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Thank you for watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.